Christians can set boundaries. You know, oftentimes we think about Christians are supposed to always say yes. They're supposed to be, that is kindness to always say yes. We never say no. We shouldn't say no. We're always to put other people before us, even to our detriment, right? So those are typical Christian beliefs that kind of get us in trouble a little bit sometimes, and in troublesome relationships sometimes. So somewhere along the line we started believing that, and it might be because we look at particular scriptures, little snippets of scriptures, without looking at the whole of scripture. So here's one that that might be. So let's look at Philippians 2:3. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Now, that is definitely a Christian tenet. That is definitely a Christian facet, counting others more significant than ourselves. But if you just look at that scripture without looking at scripture, the next scripture, you might miss something. So let's look at verse number 4, okay? Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. So notice, it doesn't say don't look to your own interests. It says don't only look to your own interests, right? Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also the interests of others. So it's telling us we can look to our own interests as well, but don't only look to your own interests. Also look to the interests of others, okay? Let's look at Matthew 5:37. Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil. So it's not saying, hey, just let your yes be a yes, and it stops there, right? It says, let what you say be simply yes or no. So that tells us that yes, we can say no.